Hi guys, good afternoon. How are you guys? So, welcome to StockPro, and this is my website that I'm showing you. And before I go on, I have a very important topic to cover today, and that's VWAP. But before that, I want to show you today's our Telegram channel performance. How our Telegram channel performed? How are the members doing their trades? So you can see here, we gave in the morning, stocks like Khadim, we gave Relaxo, we gave Vimta Laboratories, but um, two of the stocks just took off. We gave Khadim at 805. It made a high of I think it made a huge high as well. Let me just see here somewhere. Khadim made a high of, just a sec. The moment market opened were, Relaxo and Khadim, right? And look at the flight they have taken. Within few minutes, Relaxo touched 808. Our buy price was about 730 or something, and it touched 809. Similarly, for Khadim, our buy price was somewhere around 820 or so, and it touched straight away 860. That's the power of technical analysis. That's how we filter out the stocks, and uh, what I'm saying, that look at the profits that members have been generating, like they have been just generating regular profits every day. They've been just generating regular profits every day. And see here, somebody has posted their profits, Relaxo and Vimta Laboratories, 3,000 rupees straight away. Hmm? And then see here, this is Nifty Put, right? This is Nifty Put. This is again Khadim, Relaxo and Vimta Laboratories. Somebody is just traded in this. Then we have, Biocon, our favorite strategy. Then we have Lupin, Reliance and Sun Pharma, and see how members discuss about the trades and then take confident trades, of course. So sale is positive, but Biocon, there are losses today, so there will be days when there will be losses, but see here, in many trades, but finally the profits are there, like you can see, members, these are the trades by themselves. Nobody is giving them that enter now and exit now. They are generating themselves entry and exit. Look at the profits that are here, right? So no, prompting them, just they're doing it by themselves, right? So this is how, what I want people to become independent, like this is again this how you know people are trading on a and generating consistent profits. So anyway, now let me take you to what I want to teach, and I'm sure you guys have watched the performance today and you all have traded, and I'm 100% sure you all have created good profits today. So guys, I'm saying that it's so many people, like losing 20,000 rupees a day is actually, anybody can do it, even with as small capital as 50,000. People lose 20,000 out of that. But spending that amount of money in your own learning and then earning consistent profits is what we want you people to do. So anyway, today I want to focus on another indicator called VWAP, right? Which is volume weighted average price. So what is volume weighted average price? I do use it in one of my, strategies. I use it. So here it is, what is volume weighted average price, which is called VWAP. The volume weighted price, average price, is a trading benchmark used especially in pension plans. VWAP is calculated by adding up the money traded for every transaction multiplied by the number of shares traded and then divided by the total shares traded for the day, right? And this we do for a specific time period, let's say for 1 minute or 5 minutes or 10 minutes. And the theory is that if the price of a buy trade is lower than the VWAP, then it's a good trade. The opposite is also true. If the price is higher than the VWAP, then the stock is basically expensive. And how do you calculate VWAP? It's number of shares bought into the share price upon the total shares bought, right? So let's go further. We will break down volume weighted average, which is VWAP. So volume weighted average price VWAP is a ratio generally used by institutional investors and mutual funds to make buys and sells so as not to disturb the market price with large orders. I hope you are understanding. So whenever institutional investors or the mutual funds have to buy, they buy in bulk. They don't buy 100 or 200 or 300 shares. They buy quantities in lakhs. So if they buy such a huge quantity, the VWAP will actually disturb. The market price will be disturbed. So what they do, they keep watching it, and then at an appropriate time when they feel VWAP will not be disturbed, that's the time they will enter into it. It is the average share price of a stock weighted against its trading volume within a particular time frame, generally 1 day, or like intraday people use it 5 minutes also. So large institutional investors or investment houses that use VWAP base their calculations of every tick of data during the trading day. In essence, every closed transaction is recorded. However, most charting websites and individual investors may prefer to use 1 minute or 5 minute trading prices in order to cut down on the sheer volume of data required to keep track of VWAP in a day. For a 5 minute VWAP calculation, you would take the low plus the high plus the closing price within the 5 minutes period and divide it total by 3. See, we don't need to worry about this because Zerodha or any other, like if you are using TradingView, it gives you directly calculated VWAP for 5 minutes, right? Even Zerodha gives you that, and I'm sure Upstocks and Fires also give it. So why VWAP is being used? So large institutional buyers and mutual funds use VWAP ratio to be able to move into a stock in a way that will not disturb the natural market dynamics of a stock price. Suppose a mutual fund want to buy a large quantity, and whenever such a huge quantity will come in the market, it will actually make the price jump very fast. And when the prices are going so high, it'll be very difficult for they'll also have to buy stock on a very high price. So what they do, they use VWAP. So yet buying purchasing shares under the intraday VWAP moving average, these buyers can move into a stock over the course of a day or two without too much price disturbance. That means they will only enter when they find the stocks below its VWAP. When they find that it's cheaply available, then they will enter. So they will keep calculating VWAP time and again and keep entering small quantities so that they don't buy it on a over they don't buy stocks very expensive. And this VWAP is also used in algorithmic trading and allows brokers to guarantee the execution of a trade near a certain price volume for clients. Then the last is there are issues with VWAP. So what happens? It's a cumulative indicator. Means over time, over a certain time period, VWAP keeps on adding, right? It keeps on adding the number of stocks being traded, and then there is a lag. There will be a lag that you will see if the data is longer than 1 day. So what is the best time frame? The best time frame for VWAP is either 5 minutes. I mean, Zerodha gives you in 15 minutes also, but TradingView will only give you for 5 minutes, right? So I'm going to take you to the trading platform, and there we're going to talk about how and what can be done with VWAP, right? And how could be how we can generate good trades using VWAP. So here we are on the trading platform, and we're going to be using the VWAP and understand how it can be utilized. For the moment, I'm taking 15 minutes time frame, and let's go to the studies and apply VWAP. It's directly given here. It's automatically calculated, and just apply it. Default values. Now see here. You can just see very clearly if the VWAP cuts the price from top to bottom, top down, right, from up, that means the price is below the VWAP, right? The price is here below the VWAP, means VWAP is above, and if it cuts the prices, means there is weakness in the market. right? There is weakness in the market. Now similarly, if the price cuts the VWAP, right? VWAP touches the price or goes up, or VWAP cuts the price from bottom to up. See here, it's cutting here. So there is a strength that the stock is gaining, right? See here, when the stock, when the VWAP cuts the price in the upper direction, right? Then stock heads up, right? Similarly, when VWAP cuts it in the downward direction, look at here. When the VWAP cuts it in the downward direction, means weakness is setting in the stock. Now, how I know people exploit it in many various ways. One of the way that I can explain you, or maybe 2-3 ways I can explain you, what you can do is you can go to studies and apply moving average, right? Which moving average, that I'm going to just tell you. You can apply moving average, and here we are here, and you take, instead of simple, you take exponential, and the value that you will take here will be 34, and make the color different if you want, so that you can easily see it. Let me make it blue, and done, right? Now see here, beautifully, rather than price, now you have a moving average with you. Now every time VWAP cuts from bottom to up, right? Whenever VWAP cuts, see here, the VWAP is cutting this moving average from bottom to up. That means the stock is gaining this strength, right? That means the price will be heading up. Price of the stock will be heading up, right? See, from here, from this value to 74, it went up to 290 or so, 292, right? Good 20 points. Similarly, if the VWAP is cutting the moving average from top to bottom, right? See here, somewhere here, VWAP is cutting at this point, right? After that, the stock has got only, like VWAP only cut the moving average. This is, as I told you again, 34 EMA. So it's cutting here only. So from here, 298 till you get price till about 276, right? So this is how you can exploit VWAP, right? Again, VWAP is a very, very important indicator. Another way, that people apply VWAP is they use super trend, right? They use super trend, and I'm just taking the default value, although I use a different value, which I'm not talking about here. I use a different value of super trend, So here, whenever VWAP crosses the super trend, right? So this is VWAP. This red one is VWAP, and this is a super trend. So whenever VWAP crosses super trend from bottom to up, the stock is going to be giving you the strength, right? Stock will be gaining the strength. And besides that, you get a buy signal from the super trend, right? So super trend plus VWAP going above super trend will give you a momentum. Similarly, now here VWAP is cutting the super trend from top to bottom, and there is a sell signal coming in from super trend. So that means there will be weakness setting in the stock, right? Of course, I use a lot more other parameters, but I'm just explaining you how and what can be filtered out. And one more way that I can explain you, when I'm using different things with it, another thing that I use usually is, I'm going to again go to the moving average, and I'm going to use simple moving average, 50 simple moving average, right? The logic remains same, almost similar, ways you will be able to create good trades. So whenever the VWAP crosses the 50 moving average, let me change the color of 50 moving average. That probably will make you see it clearly. Now every time VWAP crosses the 50 moving average, you have an opportunity to enter. Now I have different settings, different time frames, different settings, and in intraday, it matters a lot. What are your settings, what are your entry, and what are your exits? So all that matters, and for fine tuning, you have to learn about it. And as I told you, I'm just about to launch my intraday course. We're just finishing our recording. Everyday members are joining for my Nifty course, and everyday members are joining for my positional course. So you can just, if you're waiting for intraday, but I am only telling you one thing: if you want to trade intraday, you have to have at least 1 or 2 years of experience of trading in the market, right? You have to have an experience of trading in the live market. So this course will be live very, very soon, right? And you will be able to understand fine how do you fine tune such trades where you don't have these whipsaws and where you don't have so much of fluctuation in a particular stock. So that is what I will be I will fine tune you for the trading. So see here, this is 50 moving average and the VWAP is crossing it in the downward direction, right? So many ways, but VWAP is also, it's basically based on a lot of mathematical calculation and it's simply on the price action. See the beautiful downfall, right? When VWAP crossed, this is ACC, at 1578. After that, the price never went above 50 moving average and it came down to 1298. That's the fall, good about 300 points. The stock has fallen down, right? So figure out such strategies for where, and when I say strategies, you have to trust your strategies and stick to your strategies. Like we have a strategy for Biocon and we do stick to that no matter what. Sometimes we hit, like I showed you, somebody has hit the stop loss. So according to our philosophy, according to our strategy, there are going to be days when our stop loss will be hit, right? But we are ready for it because there is, if we don't want to be arrogant in the market, that whatever we are doing is can never have the losses. There are all possibilities of having losses, all possibilities of having them. But how do you minimize your risk? How do you maximize your profits and how do you minimize your risk? That mindset is what we will be teaching you. All right. So take care. Good day. Bye bye. We're going to elaborate once again tomorrow on VWAP and see some more profitable trades. But today I'm signing off here. Learn and earn together. And please don't hesitate to call up my team. They will add you into the Telegram channel. They will send you the link. All right. So, and even, when you go to my YouTube, you know, description box, you get the uh, link right over there, right? When you go to the description box, you get the link for Telegram channel right there. So with this, I'm signing off. See you guys. See you tomorrow. Bye bye. Take care. Oh, I haven't shown you my trades today. Let me just show you my trades today. So I have shorted Nifty yesterday because I was pretty much sure that the Nifty is going to be negative. Nifty will have an negative opening, right? So I was pretty dead sure about it. So I shorted yesterday only. I shorted Nifty. I shorted about some good quantity of Nifty put I had, which I booked profits in the morning, the moment market opened. Of course, if had I kept it by the end of day, probably I would have got another 14,000 rupees more I would have got, right? But anyway, I bad luck or whatever you may call it. But then I did CG Power trade, which was also pretty good. Bank Nifty, I made some money. Amara Raja, I lost money in Glenmark call, right? But tomorrow I'm 100% sure this Glenmark is going to run. So as a rule, I want to close my trades by the end of day. And next day, every day has to be a fresh day. I don't want to carry forward my trades, except I see a certain signal that to be in Nifty, then only I'll leave my trades open. So yesterday I left Nifty trades open and today I definitely had good profits. So that's about it, guys. Take care. Good day. Bye bye. See you.